Hello and welcome back to another episode of Bantz with Lawrencia. How are you all doing? I hope you're doing great. Today's episode is once again sponsored by Didi Beauty's wigs. Now, this is a custom-made wig. I am loving it. I like the curls. I like everything about it. It has a very good bounce to it. So, if you want a custom-made wig, regardless of the length, size, color, texture, just let us know, email us, and then we get that sorted for you. I'm going to leave a link in the description box below, and you're going to get a 15% discount if you order using the discount code DidiLauren. Now, let us get back to today's topic. Today's topic, I want to talk about the Jackpot culture. The Jackpot culture. I mean, this is not funny, but I think regardless of what you want to think about Nigeria's economy, regardless of what you want to say, okay, Nigeria is not working, we just want to leave, everybody wants to leave. The reality is, at this point in time, the world is going through a financial meltdown, if I will put it that way. Europe, America, all over the world, everybody is going through it. Now, if you want to travel, that is not a problem. Like, people migrate for different reasons. Some people just want to change environment. Some people want to change continent just to, give themselves an opportunity and a chance to have a better life or a better future for themselves and their children. There is no problem with that. I think where people are getting it wrong is thinking that, oh, Nigeria is difficult. Once I get overseas, or once I get to America, or once I get to Europe, my life will be better. Now, if you don't actually put plans in place, if you don't do your research, you're going to spend a whole lot of money and a whole lot of time just stranded where you've been. People don't take into consideration the amount of money they spent in terms of traveling. Now, when we talk about traveling, especially people going to Europe and America, these will spend millions of naira. Millions. I'm talking about, nothing less than 10 million naira you're going to spend. When you talk about 10 million naira, they say, oh no, I just spent 2 million. When I get there, I'll sort it out. You're still going to spend that amount of money, because to get yourself sorted, situated, and actually start moving around, you're going to spend that money. Now, for those who say, oh, I'm just going to use a visitor's visa, when I get there, I'll sort myself out, you are setting yourself up for failure. And these people are going to spend nothing less than 5 million naira, because these agencies are charlatans. These people are out there to take your money, and they don't care, because all you want is a visa. They are happy to get you a visa, regardless of the type of visa that they are going to get for you. All you want is to get on that flight and leave Nigeria. So they will get you a visa to do that. Now, when you get there, that is no longer their problem. You are now responsible for yourself. You're going to find out that this is where you've not been before. You may be looking at Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. People are making videos every day telling you how their lives are popping. They are driving Mercedes, they are driving Range Rovers. These are all finance cars. These are all, oh, I just bought a house yesterday. These are mortgages. And for you to even get to that level of getting enough money or getting enough credit rating to get a car, you're going to go through a lot. You're going to go through certain things to be credit worthy, to even get a car on finance or get a mortgage. People are not considering these things. Now, the reason why I wanted to talk about this is, I mean, I've done quite a number of videos talking about the Japa culture, but what prompted me to do this video is I watched a video of a young man. He should be in his maybe 20s or early 30s. I am not sure, but he looks very young. He's in Europe. I am not sure which of the countries he is in. So he made a video talking about he was sleeping in the bush, rough sleeping, and he was talking about, people are not considering what he's going through now, but they're going to say, oh, he's not wanting to help them. Anyway, let me just play that video for you to see. Now watch this.
when I make her now, I will say, guy, not they try, forget me. As I did, so girl will remember me. You when they look me, so you remember me. You not remember me, but now, I did here now. I'm suffering. I'm sleeping inside this guy house. I'm not complaining, I'm not call anybody. See, guy, send me money. But if I dey enjoy now, they call me, send me money, this, write me, say you wicked. When I say, I go make her. Just give me 1 year. I go make her. Anybody not call me. Not call me. Ah, good night.
Now, watching this video, this young man is explaining that he's been in Europe for the past 2 years now, and he has not achieved anything. He's basically living in a bush. What triggered me were the comments. Some people said, oh, just say you don't want to help, regardless of your situation. If you don't want to help, you don't want to help. Like, this is the entitlement we're talking about, the entitlement mentality that you see somebody sharing their story, sharing their life experience, and telling people, listen, it's not as easy, it's not as rosy as you think. I am sleeping in a bush. But people are not even taking that into consideration. Somebody wanting to travel now, you tell them things are hard. Like, almost everybody is in recession. Interest rate has skyrocketed. Inflation and everything is happening at the same time. Okay, you want to travel. If you want to use 5 million, let's say, minimum, to do a student visa or a visitor's visa or whatever kind of visa you want to do, why don't you use that to, improve on one skill or learn one skill? Right now, they're looking for nurses. Some people are looking for, healthcare workers. Some people are looking for, like, there are countries looking for workers, skilled workers, or certain type of. UK, for instance, they're looking for teachers. UK, they're looking for nurses. UK, they're looking for care workers. And you get a job in Nigeria before even coming to the UK. All you need to do is to struggle for that first month before you get your payment. But when you tell people about these things, they look at you like, no, I've made up my mind. I have 5 million. Let me just travel. When I get there, I'll sort it out. You're just an enemy of progress. You that is there, did you not survive? Why are you? Like, they will just shut everything down. If this man that is rough sleeping, telling a friend who is asking him for connection on how to travel, and he is advising the friend that, listen, don't take the route that I took, maybe do 1 or 2 years course to get a healthcare certificate that will enable you get a job before coming to this place. They will give you accommodation where you're going to stay until your salary is being paid. If he advises that friend to do that, the friend is going to be like, you want me to stay in this country for 1 or 2 years? When you're there enjoying, no, that suffering that you want to go, that suffering that you're suffering there, me, I want to come and join you and suffer. They will not listen. They will not listen. And then you see people, there are so many people that are sleeping on the streets, roaming around, not doing anything. And you look at all these things and you wonder, where are we heading? Where are we heading to? It's so sad, because these are all avoidable situation. These are young people, young enterprising people. We're talking about Nigerian youths at the moment stranded in Libya. They are students that went to Libya to study, and because of the war situation, they've been stranded. Although some of them, they are back to Nigeria right now. It is just all round sad situation. I don't want to make this video very long. all I want to say is, if you want to travel, there are countries that you can get scholarship. There are countries that are actually looking for people to move to these countries. They pay you to even move to these countries. There are countries that you can go to, you don't pay tuition. You just have to learn the language. There are countries that once you do certain qualification, you can, get into that country with no problem. I would always talk about UK because I reside in the UK, and currently they are recruiting nurses from all over the world. They are recruiting healthcare workers. But some people will still not listen. Some people would rather risk, take loans, sell properties, get family, like they will do all these things to get a student visa to come to this country and still end up as a care assistant, healthcare workers. And then you sit down and you wonder, what is the point? What exactly is the point? I think people just need to plan. It is very good to want to travel. It is good to want to better your life. It is good to want to give your children, or you want to expand your horizon. There's nothing wrong with that, but you have to also consider where you're going to, the skills that is needed. Yes, you studied banking and finance in Nigeria, you studied this and you studied that. If that skill is not required where you're going to, if you have to take certain certifications to make sure that you can work in those fields, do yourself a favor. Do those certifications in Nigeria, because once you get here, it's going to cost you truckloads of money. You will not even have time to do those things because you're trying to earn money to survive. You're trying to earn money to pay your bills. You're trying to earn money to pay your rent. Like, bills are ridiculous right now in the UK, and you cannot, come here and be like, okay, let me just go and do this and do that. How are you going to get money to pay your bills? You cannot do that. So do yourself a favor. Understand where you're going to. Understand what is required. If you say, oh, it must, because some people will tell you it must be UK. If it's not UK, I am not going. I want to go to UK. My cousin went to UK. My friend is in UK. She was posting pictures and she think I cannot come to UK. Myself, I will show her that I can come to UK. It has to be UK. No problem. If it must be UK, then look at the qualifications that you have. If you're not in IT, and you know that you are not tech savvy or you cannot use computers, because listen, they are not writing in papers. It is on the computer that you're going to work. If you know you're not good with that, then do a certification that will enable you to come in. When you get into the system, you're working in the system, then you can now have, at least you're earning money. You're okay, you're earning money. You're not worried too much about visa, changing from student visa to this visa. You're on a work visa already. Then maybe you can sacrifice weekends to say, okay, once I'm working 5 days a week and I'm able to pay my bills, weekends, I want to sacrifice this weekend to learn certain skills that will enable me now move up or move to the corporate world. That you have to sacrifice. But the problem is, once people get here, they want to show off. They want to show people back home that they've made it. They want to show people back home that they have arrived. They want to take responsibility of everybody. At that point, you're working, maybe you're doing cleaning, you're cleaning 7 days a week, you're sending half of the money to Nigeria, and you're not even putting time to improve yourself. Life is all about improvement. Life is about improvement. And once you leave the shores of Nigeria, people will be like, oh, God, help me. God, I pray to God. If you like, do what God cannot do from morning till night. It does not work. You have to put in the work. All this unmerited favor that people are praying in Nigeria. Oh, God, give me a merited favor. Oh, God, give me a job that I did not apply for. It is not going to work. It is not going to work. You have to apply for the job. You have to merit the job. You have to be skilled to do the job. You have to know what you're doing. Because yes, there are certain jobs that are level jobs. But even at that entry level job, you still need to know what you're doing. Please, people, don't just travel because people are traveling. If you must travel, do your research. If you must travel, sit down and ask yourself, why am I If people sit down and answer these questions, why do I want to travel? What do I want to do when I get there? What do I want to do in future? How do I want to live my life? If you are happy to keep suffering for the rest of your life, it's not a problem. Listen, some people have chosen suffering, and there is nothing you can do about that. Some people are so comfortable with wherever they are. There is nothing you can do about that. If you're suffering in Nigeria and you think, okay, once you get abroad, at least change of environment, you have light, you're going to be, the level of suffering is not going to be that much, or you're going to just disable that. Like, okay, once I'm here, what's the point? At least I'm in Europe. Even if I'm suffering, I am in Europe or I am in America. Once you tell yourself that, and that is what you want to believe, then there's no problem. Everybody to their own. If you want to travel and you want to be sleeping in the bush like this guy, then that is your choice. If you decide, okay, he's been there for 2 years now, he's been sleeping in the bush for 2 years, and he's saying, like, there's no miracle that is going to happen for him to leave that bush and then in the next year he's going to make it just the way he has said. No miracle does not happen like that. Even if he's going to get married to somebody who is now going to give him, he will still have to work unless he wants to start doing dodgy things. Everybody have their choices. Once you have made that choice, once you have made that decision, it is your choice, it is your decision. Nobody can force you. If you want to travel, travel. If you want to travel and be sleeping in the bush, travel, go and sleep in the bush. If you want to help yourself and you want to travel to certain places, do your research. Look for those skills that they are looking for. Do some certification. You must not do the whole 9 yards. If it's a certification that will at least get you over, because they have like minimum requirements for what they need for certain jobs. Do those minimum requirements and get those jobs. When you now get here, you start, if it's something that you want to continue with, you continue with, but you have a work permit from the get-go. You have a work visa from the beginning. So regardless of how difficult things are getting, you will be able to make do with certain things. If you are the type that can, hustle and move, out of certain situations, you will be able to do that and then you'll be fine. But please and please and please, if you want to travel, do your research, or you're going to end up sleeping in the bush after paying millions of naira to agencies that are going to get you, visitor's visa and transit visa and whatever visa they're going to get for you. Do your research. That's all I have to say today. Just to let you know that this video is sponsored by DDBC's Wigs. I know, I've been serious talking, but as you can see, I look gorgeous, beautiful, shiny, and amazing. So if you want something like this, if you want a custom made wig, just let us know. I'm going to leave a link in the description box, and also email us at admin@lawrenciatv.com if you want to get more information about how to make a custom made wig. Now, thank you very much for watching today's episode. Please like and share. Thank you very much. Bye bye.